So we'll go ahead and get started piloting your PSA and steering your National Fishing and Boating Week promotions. We'll first go over RBFF's target audience and our national campaign update, followed by resources for the National Fishing and Boating Week. And then the bulk of the presentation will be from TV Access on PSA best practices. So now I'll turn it over to Rachel Piacenza, Director of Marketing, to go over our new national media campaign.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Before we get into our 2017 national media campaign, I wanted to revisit RBFF business objectives, as I feel there might be some new faces here on this webinar. So the first of our three major initiatives is consumer engagement, and this is where we focus the bulk of our work on recruitment and recruiting new audiences. So we use our marketing campaigns and brands, Take Me Fishing and Vamos a Pescar, which I hope you all are familiar with, along with our alliance at Walt Disney World, to reach multicultural, multi-generational families and recruit them to the sport of fishing and boating. The second of our three major initiatives is state engagement. So this is working with states to recruit, retain, and reactivate both boating and fishing participants. We do that in several ways. Most of you may be familiar with our boat registration program, which is a direct mail program aimed at lapsed boat owners. Also, our recently created reactivation and retention toolkits, which is based on the successful results from pilot programs we did with the state of Georgia. And finally, through R3 grants, where we provide grants to states who are working on effective R3 strategies. Our final initiative is industry engagement, so working with industry on marketing projects to increase category growth and developing consumer insights and tools for industry to grow their individual brands. We have some great research on our website that's applicable also to our state partners, so I encourage you all to take a look on that. So we hope you've all heard of our 60 and 60 effort. We launched this aspirational goal this last year with the goal of increasing fishing participation from the current 47 million anglers to 60 million anglers in the next 60 months, so by December of 2021. And to achieve all of this, we plan to use those R3 tactics, recruitment, retention, and reactivation, with, again, our main focus being on recruitment and working directly with you all and the industry on retention and reactivation. If we actually achieve this 60 million, which we're very hopeful that we will, that could mean 35 billion annual increase in economic contributions from anglers and 10 billion from boaters. So our target audience. Our primary target audience has always been families. Specifically this year, we are targeting multicultural family outdoors. And so these are families with parents of kids ages 6 to 17. Some characteristics of this audience: you want to learn and try new things. Spending time with family is a top priority, and they have participated in one of the following outdoor activities in the last year: either camping, hiking, or canoeing, which makes it a lot easier to try to get them to try another outdoor sport because they're already outside. 15% of this target audience is Hispanic. And for our secondary target audience, we're focusing on grandparents. So this is grandparents with kids age 18 and under. Again, spending time with family is a top priority. And this group in particular, we're focusing on those that have participated in either fresh or saltwater fishing in the last year. And so our media campaign this year is going to be targeting both primary and secondary audiences. So how big is this potential audience? The multicultural family outdoors has an overall universe of 47.4 million people, and that's including kids. And again, 15% of this number is 15% of this audience is Hispanic, so about 7.1 million. And grandparents' overall universe is 13.9 million, including a spouse. So the overall total market is 61.3 million. So our national campaign and media overview. So when we set out to develop the creative this year, we really wanted something that met these 4 components. Something that challenges a cultural norm, advances a societal debate, something surprising, engaging, and provocative, and linked to a key differentiator. So all of these things should serve to have either a higher purpose and also disrupt the category. So we really wanted to try to break through the clutter of a lot of the advertising that we're seeing out there. So our strategic opportunity for this year, we took all these insights, created a campaign that really speaks to the most important and impactful elements. So for human insight, there's a quote there: "We're so consumed by our schedules and screens, I'm worried my family is missing out on what really matters in life." And then if you go to the right side, brand purpose, to motivate, inspire, and help people get out on the water and be successful in their fishing and boating adventures. So those together meets our strategic opportunity of fishing and boating are the antidote to modern life. So our fiscal year runs March through April, and here's our 2017 or fiscal year 18 media strategy. So connect with family outdoors audience in moments when they're celebrating their passions and seeking discovery. Showcase the excitement of fishing and boating to motivate participation. So it seems these days our culture is very ingrained in technology. So how can we reach our audience where they are? So on iPhones, tablets, laptops, while also motivating them to get outdoors. That was kind of our big challenge. So with that, I'd like to show our 30-second TV spot.
Please note that when the video plays, the sound will come out of your speaker.
So that was actually our 60-second spot. We can definitely make the 30-second spot available to anyone that's interested afterwards. And we'd also like to show a couple 15-second digital spots. So you'll notice when you see these that we use text overlay and music only. So we didn't use a voiceover because we understand that sometimes when digital ads pop up, most of the time consumers likely have their volume turned off. So we still wanted to get the point across without necessarily having to have the volume up. So where do we have media placements this year? So for television, we partner with cable networks that deliver maximum reach and coverage for our multicultural family outdoors segment. And we prioritize networks that deliver across our target audience spectrum. So specifically a focus on the co-viewing audience. So audiences of parents and kids that are watching a TV show, a video, etc. together. Also networks that reach both multicultural family outdoors and grandparents audiences just to maximize our efficiencies. For on air, we're front loaded usually in April and May specifically, but we're running everything into September of this year. So that's just during peak fishing and boating season. And specifically, if you guys look under the middle section, the Me Too partnership, this is a new partnership this year for us that includes content, editorial, paid social, and video to reach specifically the Hispanic audience. And there's an example there. If you look at the bottom in the middle, that's an example of one of our digital ads. So the majority of our paid media is driving to our homepage, takemefishing.org, or to this page that you see here, which is takemefishing.org/firstcatch. So we encourage you all to use and promote the First Catch hashtag in your marketing communications and PR efforts. All uses of this hashtag aggregate here on this page for visitors to see. We have the hashtag being pulled into a tag board page. So feel free to promote any additional hashtags too that might fit your agency in addition to the First Catch. After landing on this page, then consumers have the ability to continue to search the site and find state-specific pages and content that's more localized to their area, and ultimately leave our site and come to your site. So now I'll turn it back to Joanne to provide some additional resources and opportunities for our state partners to use throughout the coming year.
Great, thanks, Rachel. So with National Fishing and Boating Week coming up quickly, we wanted to provide you all with some resources to help promote fishing and boating. And all of these resources, as Rachel mentioned, can be used throughout the year. As she discussed, we try to drive consumers to our website, which then ultimately get people to your state agency websites as well. But some other resources that you can utilize is the newly released 60 and 60 toolkit, which includes research and best practices to grow and maintain your customer base and also assist states in your R3 efforts. It's also a great time based around the National Fishing and Boating Week to remind your consumers to purchase their fishing license who have yet to do so this year. So you can utilize customizable messages we have in our reactivation toolkit to bring anglers back to the water. So you can see an example of one of these messages on the right side. Both of these toolkits and our retention toolkit can be found in our resource center to provide you all with simple tools to help you reach anglers and to do a bigger push during National Fishing and Boating Week. And as always, you can use these throughout the entire year. We are doing a lot on social media this year. So a great way to promote National Fishing and Boating Week is to promote the great places to fish and boat in your state. We actually just recently announced the 2017 Best Family-Friendly Places to Fish and Boat. And we changed things up this year in order to give every state the opportunity to brag about their best places. So every state has a best place to promote to your consumers. We also tried a different spin this year and asked some celebrities about their favorite places to fish and boat. Al Villanueva, who plays on the Steelers, you can see on the left side that he picked a place in Pennsylvania as his favorite spot. And we also had Luke Bryan, a country music star. He picked a place in Tennessee. Pedro Suarez, host of Mexico's most popular fishing show, picked a place in Texas. So I encourage you all to check out the list, see what's best in your state. It's just a great way to promote your fishing and boating spots. See what celebrities pick something in your state as well, because that's definitely a great way to share the information and promote and reach a new audience. We also have a brand new promotion we'll be announcing during National Fishing and Boating Week on June 6th. It's a fish personality quiz. So we've not released this yet. You are seeing a little sneak peek of what the quiz will look like. It's an online quiz that consumers can take, and after answering a few questions, they learn what type of fish they are. And they can share this with friends and family and encourage them to take the quiz as well. And we encourage you all to take the quiz and share it. It's a great way to engage new people. Also, quiz takers will be entered into a contest to win a trip to Yellowstone. So it's a really fun new way to engage consumers, and it's very easy to share on your social media and for consumers to share as well. Rachel mentioned First Catch earlier. Definitely encourage you all to not only use hashtag First Catch, but also see who else is using it. You can join the conversations, find new people in your state that are using the hashtag, and talk with them and engage with them. We also have a lot of images that you can download from Dropbox if you're needing more things to easily share. This image on the right is an example of one of the images that you can all use for free. We have a bunch of images that can be used year-round, and some are based around holidays as well, and we have some in Spanish too. So if you're needing some content, needs a quick, cute, funny picture, definitely feel free to look at these images and use them how you need on social media. We also have social media pictures specifically for National Fishing and Boating Week. If you go to our takemefishing.org page and search for National Fishing and Boating Week, you'll get to our main page, and with this image along with 3 or 4 others you can use to help promote the week as well. There's a lot going on during National Fishing and Boating Week, so here's a little calendar of our events. From June 2nd to June 4th is Real Fun Walmart events. And Take Me Fishing and Vamos a Pescar are partnering with Walmart, South Bend, and Fishing League Worldwide as they host 2,000 events at Walmart stores across the country where people can learn tips on fishing tackle and techniques firsthand from expert anglers. Everyone who attends can test their casting skills, enter to win prizes, purchase a fishing license, and play fishing-related games. All of these events are on your state's takemefishing.org page under the events calendar. So if you aren't aware of these events, I encourage you to go and check out the Real Fun Walmart events in your area. On June 5th is World Environment Day, and this is a great way to showcase the connection between purchasing a fishing license and its link to conservation. As I mentioned, we have the Fish Personality Quiz. We are really excited for that to come out on the 6th, and something else that you can share with your audience as well. We are doing a Twitter chat with Lower Colorado River Authority, so it would be great if you all could join us in the chat and see who also is talking about fishing and boating and get exposure to new audience. And on June 10th is National Get Outdoors Day. So it's another way to promote fishing and boating during the week. And also, we encourage you to post your events on takemefishing.org. There's a way to submit them right on the website. If you have a lot of events, you can email me. This is Joanne Martonic. My email address will be shown at the end. People are constantly coming to our website to find events. In fact, about 14,000 consumers a day go to event pages. So we really encourage you to submit your events. It's great free exposure for your events, and especially since our new media has launched that Rachel just went over, we have people reaching out to us on a regular basis wanting to be connected to events to see how they can assist in them, see what's going on in their state, and as some are specifically looking for mentorship opportunities, whether or not they want to be a mentor or they have a kid that might need a mentor. So definitely encourage you to post your events on the website. And with World Environment Day, a great way to showcase the connection between your license and conservation is by our very newly released PSA. We've recently created a new PSA about buying a fishing license, and so now I'll turn it over to Rachel Oslander, RBFF Senior Manager of Strategic Partnerships, to talk a bit more about these PSAs.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. For 2017, we created a new TV PSA and a new print PSA, and PSA is a public service announcement. The new 30 and 60-second TV PSA telepathy is a fun and informative look at what purchasing a fishing license actually does. I wanted to have TV Access, our PSA vendor, talk to you all today about the PSA, how to promote it in your state, and most importantly, to share with you resources that should be helpful to you whether you are promoting this PSA or using it to connect with media about other events or announcements in your state. The PSA is really a great vehicle for you to get your foot in the door at your local TV or radio station, and then once you have successfully made that personal connection, you can continue to work with them down the road. Last month, I went to 3 national cable outlets in New York City with TV access to promote our new PSA release. Depending on the people we were meeting with or the focus of the outlet itself, I shared the value of the PSA in one or both of these ways. The first is that it showcases local benefits provided by the purchase of a fishing license, especially the conservation benefits. The second was it helps us all promote and display a multicultural family disconnecting and having fun on the water. Some folks seeing this spot might not have previously considered fishing as a family activity. And I decided on sort of which angle or both angles, depending on what I saw around me. If the person had tons of pictures of their children and their family out doing things, I talked a little bit more about the family aspect. For some outlets that focused a lot on environment, I talked to them about the conservation benefits of the license. So a lot of it is just learning your audience. So here to present more tools and resources for your agency to use is Jen, who is our project manager with TV Access.
Hello, good afternoon. First of all, we just want to say thank you to RBFF for having TV Access partner with you on your local outreach efforts. As Rachel mentioned, this year RBFF has expanded their campaign to feature some state-specific PSAs, and they're also going to be providing some outreach materials. Today we're going to be going over some of those additional outreach resources for you, and that's what our training will include today. First, we're going to look at the state-specific PSAs, where to find them and how to download them. Next, we're going to look at the reporting dashboard. This is where you can see what stations are playing your PSAs. And then there's some additional station outreach materials. RBFF is giving you resources such as templates to reach out to your local TV stations in order for you to get your foot in the door and open communication about your local outreach effort, your local conservation efforts and events. First, the state-specific PSAs. RBFF has created both a 30-second and a 60-second spot available for each state. This is good because some stations will want to air the 60s while others will prefer the 30s, so it does give them options. The PSA is the same as the national PSA, but the end card references each state's takemefishing.org website. You can see in the example here that says takemefishing.org/New York. I'm going to go ahead and show you that PSA now. Okay, where to download the PSAs. All of the state-specific PSAs are located at www.tvaccessspotsource.com/recreational-boating-fishing-foundation. Each state is listed alphabetically, And once you find your state, all you have to do is click on the length of the length that you want, either the 60-second or the 30-second, and the downloads will begin automatically. A couple of things I want to note, though, is these are large files. They are broadcast quality, so they will take a little while to download. You can expect about 20 minutes for the 60-second and 10 minutes for the 30. And these are .mov files, so if you're trying to pull them up on your computer, you can see them with the QuickTime Media Player. Next, we're going to be looking at the reporting dashboard. These are available at www.tvaccessreports.com/RBFF. The reports and the station outreach materials, which we'll be going over in a minute, are all found there. These reports are useful for several reasons. They will help you in your outreach efforts. You'll want to access these reports before you begin so that you can see which stations are already airing your PSAs. And this allows you to focus your efforts on the stations that are not already airing it. You'll be able to see a list of stations that RBFF sent your PSA to, and the list also includes their contact information. You will also be able to check back and see if the stations that you've reached out to are starting to air your message, and then you can follow up with a thank you letter. And as I mentioned, this is where you'll also find all the templates that RBFF has put together for you. When you go to the reporting site, this is the home screen that will pop up. What you'll do is you will click on the link on the top left-hand side that says TV. Next, you'll want to choose the actual report that you're looking for, and you're going to want to choose the top one that says RBFF Telepathy English 2017 TV Report. When this pops up, you'll see when the report was posted and when the results are through. So for this example, you can see that the report was posted on the 15th of May, and it shows the airings through April 30th. When you're here, you're going to want to click this drop-down box and choose your state, and then click the Submit button. Once you do this, it will update the page and only show airings in your state. You can see at the bottom here, it also shows the station call letters and name, the channel, the network affiliate, the state and city where the station is located, the market where that is the viewing area, how many airings that station had, and what the audience is. So for this example, you can see on line number 2 here, the station was WKTV. On channel 2, they are an affiliate of NBC in Utica, New York, and the market is in Utica. They had 75 airings, and their audience was 1,275,000. If you ever see that the audience is 0, this doesn't mean that necessarily there was nobody watching. That just means that Nielsen doesn't have their information updated. To go back to the main menu, you'll just click on the Return to Reports. Now, most of you aren't going to use this next part, but if you're nerdy like me, or you just really curious, you can see more information on the airings by going back out to the main menu and then clicking on the second link that says Dashboard. Again, you'll want to choose the link for the correct year. Now, these first 5 links, they just give you different graphs of the airings broken down by the different measurements. There's the day parts, the version, which is either the 60 or the 30, the markets, networks, or how many weekly airings they have. This is cumulative for all the nationwide viewings, not just necessarily yours. So you'll actually just go here to the Sigma report. And here you can see the actual breakdown for each airing. It shows the different details of the market rank, the area, that was kind of information we already saw. But then it goes down into more details showing which half hour it actually aired, the program that it aired on, and then the versions. This information is all sortable by the different column headings. All you have to do is click on the column heading and it'll resort the information. You can also download this information and save it as a spreadsheet so that you can further dissect the information and sort it by the different markets or the day that it aired, so forth. Now we're going to go over the outreach materials and templates that are available to you. The goal of this is to provide you with an easy way to reach out to the local media to inform them of your local conservation efforts and events. Included are templates that are easily customizable, as well as scripts for phone calls and helpful tips when you're reaching out to the stations. These, again, are available at that same website, www.tvaccessreports.com/RBFF. Again, this is the home page. When you're looking here, you'll click on the local outreach, and then you'll see this page pull up. The first thing that you're going to want to do is read this document here that says how to support PSAs locally. So we're going to kind of look over this just quickly because there's a few things that I want to note. The first thing that it says in order to start your planning and preparation for outreach to your local stations is you're going to want to visit the takemefishing.org website to get familiar with RBFF if you're not already, and then also visit your state's specific takemefishing.org website. The PSAs, like we showed, do have the audiences directed to them. So the local station managers or PSA directors may ask you questions about, what's on that website. So just you're going to want to familiarize yourself with that. Next here is, this is that same document. It just kind of goes through, how to engage the media a little further. The biggest thing is that RBFF really wants to help you build a bridge to the local media outlets with yourself so that you can let them know about your different events and your local conservation efforts. One thing that I want to note is that it says the media needs to put a local face on issues that they're dealing with at the national level. You are the experts. Tell your stories. Make the issues relevant to the community around you. When the issues become more relevant on a personal level, they do have a greater impact. So going back to this list of documents here, the next you're going to want to read is how to overcome objectives. These are questions or objections that you'll most likely hear from the public service directors or station managers, and it outlines some possible responses for you. These are the receiving lists. These are the stations that were sent the hard copies. Each state did receive the state-specific PSAs in both the 30 and the 60. This also contains the station's contact information. This template you can use to email the stations directly. It includes a brief explanation that they were already sent the PSAs in hard copy, and it also gives them the link to download the PSAs. This is the phone script that you can use when calling the stations. The station follow-up letter. This is a template that you can use to mail the stations after you've called them as a follow-up, or you can also use this as a first contact if an email address is not available. And then the thank you letter. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a thank you letter to the stations, thanking them for airing the PSAs. They're all pretty straightforward, so you can definitely go back on your time and go through these. They do have blanks in there where you can fill in some of your own information, your contact information, etc. Some best practices. First, this is a good opportunity for you to build a relationship with your local media and make them aware of your local conservation efforts and events. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a plan in place. You'll want to check the reporting site and make a list of the stations that are not airing your PSAs. But also, there might be some other local stations that we did not send your PSA to. So don't forget to check into different local college stations, cable stations, etc. You can feel free to send them the link to download the PSAs. Here is a typical timeline we recommend. First, you'll want to send a letter and email to the stations that you'd like to contact. After about 2 weeks, you can follow up with a phone call. About 2 weeks after the phone call, you can check and see if the stations have started airing your message. If they are airing your message, you'll want to send a thank you letter or an email. If they are not, you will want to follow up with a second email or phone call. It does take a little while for stations to air the different PSAs. Stations change out their PSAs on a predetermined rotation. Typically, it's every few weeks. That's why you're going to want to give them a couple of weeks in between to get it on air after you contact them. After a couple of weeks, after you've sent your second email or phone call, you'll want to see if they are airing it, and again, just send them a thank you letter or email. Just remember, the biggest thing is that the goal of these outreach materials is for you to be able to have a weigh in with the local media in an effort to raise awareness of your local conservation efforts. By providing these resources, RBFF's goal is really just to open the lines of communication and to bridge that relationship. Okay, and with that, I am finished and turning it back over to Joanne.
Thank you very much, Jen. One of the main things we heard from states recently is that states wanted something specific to show in their state, and so we created these PSAs specifically for you all to utilize. And TV Access has been a great partner with us and provided us that dashboard that you all can utilize. So the PSA, it's free for you all to download and use, and it's ready to go right in the market. And at the end of the PSA, it has takemefishing.org/your-state. And the main reason we have this is to drive a lot of people to our website, which then has a lot of links back to your state agency website. So it's definitely something that you all can really highly benefit from. And the information that Jen mentioned on the dashboard page, there's various templates and Word documents and email templates that can be used and tweaked for any PSA you might have. So farther down the road, if there's something else you want to approach media with, you can use these templates and these best practices. So thank you very much, Jen.